In this video I'm going to show you how to do the ace of size solo on a bass. And start with the obvious things. Obviously it's not possible to play the entire solo note for note exactly the same on a normal 4-string bass because you only have 4 strings, so there will be times when you have to improvise and sort of do your own thing, which is what I've done in mine. Obviously you don't have to follow what I've done, you can do whatever you want to do. Might seem pretty tough at first, but really it's just a question of practice. If I can do it with one hand, then I'm sure you can do it with two. Or if you've got one hand, I'm sure you can do it with one hand as well. I think I should point out that it's pretty helpful if you have some kind of distortion or overdrive, something like that. I mean, you can play it clean if you want to, but probably won't sound as good. And also, to be quite honest, it makes it a lot easier if you have the distortion, because it covers up your mistakes. Alright, so I've got the solo, I've slowed it down to halfway. I'm going to play it at half speed now. Then after that I'm just going to explain it a bit. So here we go. But we start off on the, well, the note is an E, so that would be on the G string at 9th fret, got there in the end. But obviously for the full effect, like they do in the solo, we start on the 8th fret and we bend our way up to the 9th. All the time, just shredding away on the string, so like that. So that's the first bit. And then we go up to the 14th fret. And we've got a sort of descending pentatonic going on here, so yeah. Alright, the next bit after that you want to create a little bar on the D string and G string on 14th fret, right? And what we're going to be doing is a little hammer on, hammer off technique between the 16th and 17th frets. So to do it really slowly, it's like this. Etc. And it does that for a while, and then it just sort of stops on there. Now the next bit is a part where you can't do what they play because they start on that note and then they go up to the octave above, which I basically can't do unless you have more strings in your bass, but I don't. So I sort of start up here and then I just do a pentatonic kind of thing. As long as it's fast, you know, it will sound roughly right. As long as it's fast, and you want to end on the G string 13th fret, like Dave does, and bend your way up to the next. And that ends Dave's part of the solo. Now for Adrian's solo, which I found quite a bit trickier to do because his notes are a little more ambiguous, and now the start again is something you can't really do on a bass because you need a B string. So I just do a hammer off thing, sort of an arpeggio. I'm not sure what frets they are. I could work them out, but it would take me a while. 14th fret, 16th fret, 19th and 18th fret. So you can just play around with them, and if you want you can do a little bit of tapping. I've been trying to do that lately. Obviously it's difficult with one hand, but The next part of Adrian's solo is kind of just a descending scale. Again, it helps if you have a B string because he sort of hammers on and off the B string. But failing that, I just play the notes twice as quickly to give it an effect of movement. Starting on G string, 16th fret. It's very important that you end on this note, because that's the note that Adrian ends on, sets up the next part of the solo. That note, by the way, is D string on the 11th fret, and it's nice if you give it a good shake. Alright, now comes the really tricky part of the solo, Adrian's solo. I'm not quite sure how to explain this well, mostly because I can't even play it properly yet, but I'll play it really slowly. It uses all 4 strings, so just watch carefully. It would take me a while to explain that one, so maybe if you want to see that again, just rewind the video. And the final part is also kind of tricky, but not as difficult as the part before. Again, I'll just play it really slowly. It involves all 4 strings, so it's, again, difficult to explain all the frets. But to play it slowly, it's this. Right, so I hope that helped. What I'm going to do now, just one last thing, I've slowed the solo down to 75%. I'm going to play it at 75% speed, and hopefully it'll just give you another chance to see the frets. I don't know how clear it was when I did it before, but maybe this will help. Alright, so that ends the video. I hope this was helpful, and if you do learn it yourself and come up with some other ideas, then please send them to me, because I'd be interested to see what other people come up with.
Where be it black